What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do an install and review video on the Clazzio leather custom seat covers. So I do have a set I just got in. These are the all black ones. And now keep in mind, these are not full 100% leather. They are partial leather, partial synthetic leather. But overall, I will tell you this, they feel like real leather all the way through. They feel really soft. They feel really good, and I'm really excited about getting them on the truck and seeing how they look because I've read a lot of good reviews. Now, I was thinking about getting custom leather upholstery done to the truck where they actually take out the seats, rip off the factory cloth, and reupholster them, but that's a couple $1,000s. And then I started looking at the cat skin products where they're custom leather seat covers, but you still have to take the seats out of the truck, rip all the cloth off, and put the leather on yourself, but that's still like $1,500. I really just didn't think I wanted to spend that much on custom leather upholstery on this particular truck. So what I did do is I looked up a couple different brands and I found the Clazzio leather seat covers, and you could get them in a bunch of different styles. You could get custom stitching done to it, so you could get those looking pretty sharp. And I watched a lot of the install videos, and I watched a lot of videos of what it looks like after the fact. And I'm telling you, these things look almost identical to real stock leather seats. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough and show you a before of what the truck looks like on the inside as far as the standard stock cloth seats. And then we'll go ahead and get those leather seat covers put in, and then we'll see how they look after the fact. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in and get this going. Okay, so here we are. Don't mind the dirty truck. I haven't gotten around to washing it yet, but I figure I'll probably get that done this week. So here are the factory cloth Ram seats that come with the truck. Okay, I do have the center console that flips up to be another seat, so I do have that. And supposedly these Clazzio seat covers will cover all that as well. So we'll see what that looks like. From what I've seen on these Clazzio ones, they actually come down and tuck into the actual side panels here, and they look pretty sharp. So but I just wanted to give you a quick idea of what the inside looks like right there. We go into the back. So again, you just got the cloth factory seats here. This is the full rear bench seat. So if you are going to be ordering these, make sure you order the right set, because there is a couple different sets you can get when it comes to the front seat being a center console versus the bench seat, the rear seat, whether it's a full bench or like the 60-40 split. But that's what my truck looks like right now. I do have the fold up seats under here, and then we'll go from there. So one thing I am excited about is the back of the factory seats don't come with any pockets, okay? And supposedly, when I read on these leather seat covers kits, they will come with the rear leather pockets. So, you know, your passengers in the back seat will actually have a place to tuck some things, which is kind of cool too. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's get this started. Okay. So in the box, you're gonna get everything you need. See? Clazzio leather seat covers gives you all the full directions and a couple tools, you know, for shoving the leather into the side panels, but you're gonna get a box of all of this. I mean, look at the quality of the stitching, even the leather. I mean, I'm telling you, these feel so soft. They honestly just, they feel like real leather upholstery. So whether there's some real leather and mostly synthetic leather, I'm telling you, you can't tell the difference. But you got some headrests here. Set them to the side. Probably some side panels there for the console. Again, more headrest covers. Assuming this is for, I'm assuming that's for the center console. Oh, look at that. That must be for the center console too. It even got the leather cutouts for the cup holders. So I'm assuming all that goes to the center console. And this, man, there are a lot of pieces to this kit. Big stack of headrests. Okay, now this must be the seat covers. All the time, so we have some. I'm assuming this is the back. This is probably the backrest because it has the back pocket, like I told you. So, but these are really nice. If you flip this over, again, this is the back of one of the front seats. Remember I told you it has all the pockets. If you flip this over and look close, you have a nice perforated center, which looks real nice. So you have the solid leather on the sides and then the perforated leather in the middle, or the synthetic leather, I'm sorry. Or maybe the middle's, I'm getting them mixed up. Maybe the middle's leather and the outside's synthetic leather. It's something like that. And here's the seat. So you got the nice perforated center panels and then the solid sides. So again, these aren't like just your cheap run-of-the-mill basic seat covers. These look really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get this all unpackaged, and then we're gonna try to figure out which seat is what, and then we're gonna jump in and get started, okay? So be back in 1 second. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do is actually take off all your headrests, take them out of the truck, and then we'll start getting one started here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the front seat. Okay, and another thing, you want to make sure you get the right seat cover for the right seat. So I'm on the front passenger seat. So with the seat belt being on this side of the seat, you want to make sure you choose the right seat cover that has the elastic tab that goes over and holds your seat buckle closer to the seat. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going. It does come with this nice tool. It's good for like shoving the string down the side and tucking the leather cover into the plastic crevices. Okay, and just so you know, on the back of these seats, there's a little carpeted flap that covers and snaps underneath the bottom of the seat. All you want to do is unhook those two little clips. They're like little bungee cord clips. Unhook those, the carpeted flap will lift up, and then you'll have access to being able to pull this through. So here's what I'm saying. You want to unstrap these straps from underneath to keep the carpeted back flap, pull that out, and then you'll have access to the seat cover from the back. And from the front, once you have it put in place for the bottom seat, then there's a string right here. You want to tuck down into this crevice here, pull it out the bottom, like it'll come under here, pull it, and then we're going to tie it in the back. And then you're going to use this tool here to kind of shove basically this down behind there. So basically once it's all tucked in, it'll look real nice and seamless. So let's go ahead and get that going. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom string on both sides in the back, and we're going to tie it underneath towards the back. So you're just going to tie it nice loop knot, make sure it's nice and tight. I've already tucked it down into the side here, and don't worry, I'll get that all wiped off. But get that all tucked in, and then these front straps are going to go underneath the seat, and then they're going to strap to the back underneath. So now keep in mind, it's still a little bit chilly out this morning. Once these covers get into some nice heat and they stretch into place, they're going to look a lot more tighter, because again, I'm not done fully installing it yet. But so far, I just like how seamless they look. I mean, honestly, once you get them nice and tight, they look like professional seat covers once you get them nice and tight. But look how good this looks. So I'm gonna keep going forward and then we'll be back in a second. Now just make sure when you're gonna take those straps underneath, you take them above any kind of wiring or anything. You want it to be tucked up way up high. So that way, when you make them nice and tight, they're not gonna interfere with any wiring. Okay, now that we got the bottom seat cover in and installed on the passenger side seat, we're gonna go ahead and start doing the backrest. Now, I don't believe there's really any left or right side of this because I think they're both pretty much the same. But what you want to do is try to sort of roll the cover inside out up about halfway. Okay, remember the perforated side goes towards the front. Okay. So then what you're going to do, now these are going to be tight. Now don't worry about it, they'll stretch into place. And then there'll be 2 holes at the top. And then once you kind of get it about halfway down, then what you're going to do is just start pulling it down over the seat. Then once you sort of have it where it fits nice and tight, then you want to go ahead and tuck your flaps underneath. Okay, so I got the front nice and tight. Okay, so we got the seat cushion cover on, we got the backrest cover on. It takes a little bit of time. I mean, you got to make sure you squeeze it into place, do a little bit of pushing, pulling, tugging, make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're just going to tuck it and grasp it underneath. So we're going to go over that in a minute. I'll do a quick overview of where I connected everything. But the next thing you want to do is take your little tool here, because there's already holes cut out at the top of the seat cover. All you have to do is situate the cover in place and stretch it around the holes using your pry tool here. And then it's a little tight, but I'd say probably pull it towards the back, which is the furthest. Get it over and then tuck it in. There we go. Okay. All right, that's it. Now the next thing we need to do is put our headrest cushion on. So this one is probably going to be difficult to get on too, just because of how tight they're going to be. But the plastic clip part that comes on here, you want that on the back of the headrest, because the back of the headrest is a little longer than the front of the headrest. So if you look at it from a side profile, the back is longer than the front. So you want that plastic clip to come up around the back and fold underneath. So just make sure when you're putting it on that way, you're putting it on the right angle. Just got to get it on there. And once you get it squeezed on there and put in place, everything should, after the leather heats up a little bit and expands, the cushions are gonna expand with it back to their original position, and before long it'll feel just like normal. Okay, now tuck any of the side flaps into, like, sort of like fold them into the side a little bit around. You see this little side flap? Pull the plastic through the middle, pull your side flaps sort of to the front, tuck this out of the way, and then the middle flap is gonna fold over this clip. It's gonna come over and then tuck underneath of it. Okay, And that's it. Tucks underneath real nice and seamless. Just give it a little bit of a stretch. Okay. There you go. Okay, so there it is. Now, it's still gonna have to take a little time to let the leather warm up and stretch and get some of the wrinkles out. You're just basically pulling and tightening a little bit here, but here it is. The Clazzio leather seat covers. They look really, really good. They feel amazing. I will tell you that. They do feel really nice. But there's the cloth. Here's a cloth seat versus the leather seat cover. Let's take a quick look from the other side. Okay, see how it nice tucks in real seamless to the side panels. Again, you just have to do a little bit of, after you sit on a little bit and the leather stretches a little bit, do a little bit of tucking and pulling, but it's gonna look real nice, but pretty nice and tight. Wrinkles will come out eventually, but a real nice look. There. It's just a sunny day. It's kind of hard to get out of the sun, but that's the front seat. Here's what it looks like from the back. So you get the nice, now again, once everything kind of stretches a little bit, you can do a little tugging and pulling, but now it's nice. I got back seat pockets, and then this flap here tucks up underneath. Now let me show you something. In case you're wondering what to do with this bottom flap right here, okay, this is where you basically, now here's my LED lights. I have them, you know, velcroed to this, but basically what I did was I took the LED light off. Now this part right here, let me see if I can get it unclipped. Okay, so there's the factory carpeted flap. You see my LED light kind of tucks up and faces down. So what I did was I took the LED light off. I took this carpeted flap, folded it up against the back of the seat, because then the seat cover covers it nicely, because the leather seat cover has its own flap that folds underneath nice and tight. So I just wanted to kind of let you know that the easiest thing to do with this carpeted flap with the plastic backing is fold it up against the seat cover will cover it. And then all I did was I just used my 3M tape and stuck the LED light to the bottom of the leather over there. So I got to do a little bit of here, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting on the driver's side seat. Same installation as the passenger side seat. So I'm not going to sit there and bore you with the video on this, but once I get this all done, I'm going to be running late. I'm going to have to head to work, and then I'll come back maybe later tonight or so, or maybe tomorrow, and we'll start tackling the center console, and then we'll work on the back seat and get it going from there. So, okay, so for the top center console, this leather cover just slides over the top and then straps in the back, okay? This portion that I'm holding right now is separate from the top. This is actually slides on and straps underneath here and behind as well. It's not a perfect fit. I mean, it has the leather rings cut out, you know, for your cup holders. I mean, might look a little tacky, but again, I think I could probably do something with that. Not sure yet, so I'm gonna work on that. But otherwise, that whole piece right here slides on. As you can see, it has leather underneath. And then the bottom seat, same thing. It slides on and then straps underneath and straps in the back. So again, as you can see here, it's covered in the front too. So everything's real nice. The back seat cover, again, was pretty easy to install. All you got to do is lift your back seat up. You see how the back moves when you lift the seat up? You want to lift the seat up about 3/4 of the way if you can, okay? And that takes pressure of the back seat from hitting the back wall of the cab. So lift your seat up, this shifts forward a little bit, then just slide the rear over top. Then all it does is pretty much Velcros underneath, like the front here rolls underneath and then Velcros. And then there are a couple nylon straps that you pull down from underneath the, where are they at? Like here. You pull them down and that's strapped to the back. So the back pieces that flip over the back, you use the nylon straps, pull that down, and that helps give you some leverage to get that Velcroed on the bottom. There is a side strap right here that basically goes under, like behind the back, and straps underneath as well, so I did that. The seat cushion for the seat, pretty basic. Just lift your seat up, slide it down on, and then it basically just Velcros right here. So it's a real nice seam. So basically just the top part here rolls down and under, and then the bottom part rolls under, and they Velcro together. And again, it's not too hard. In the headrest covers, again, pretty easy, no different than the front ones we did. You just got to slide them on and clip, and then they actually they attach in the middle underneath. So overall, I mean, it looks really good. I mean, they even have the hole cutouts. Okay, so there you go there. As you can see, it even comes with the holes that actually will tuck in underneath of these mounting points here for your headrest. So it still looks pretty custom, and that's for every headrest. They all look like that. So again, the attention to detail that these seat covers come with are pretty good. So again, I can't complain. I'm really happy with them. We finally got all the seat covers installed. And I gotta say, overall, I'm pretty impressed. There's the passenger. And they feel real nice. Perforated in the middle. Backs. So they actually come with the pockets in the back, which is nice. My factory seats did not have pockets in the back before. Here's the rear seat. I mean, everything installed very, very well. I mean, the leather still needs to kind of stretch out a little bit and be sat on a little bit and kind of fit into place, but overall it fits really good. Take a look at the other side. Again, some of these little wrinkles and stuff, I mean, it's, again, once the leather heats up, it'll kind of move into place and those wrinkles will go away. There's the back seat. And what's nice about the bottom is the leather wraps all the way around the bottom too. So I mean, you do see a little bit of this bottom piece here. I might try to pull it and hide it a little bit, but overall with that tucked underneath, you don't tell. Now I will say this kit is not technically made for the tradesman model. I did confirm this with Clazzio. It's not actually made for the tradesman model and can sometimes have some fitment issues. Now, technically what I'm referring to is the center console. Okay, it is a little loose, especially this top pad here, okay? Mainly because I'm assuming that if you go into like a bighorn package, which again, I don't have a bighorn, so I'm not sure, but of a higher package, the center console is gonna be a little bit different. But because my center console seat folds up and the bottom seat does not fold up for storage underneath, that is a stationary seat, this center console is a little bit different, okay? But overall, I think with a little bit of tugging and pulling and a little bit of custom stitching, I could probably get that center console tightened up pretty good. So I'm not too concerned about that. But other than that, that is the only, I'd say, downfall I had with this whole kit was the top part of that center console. So my initial impressions of this Clazzio leather seat cover kit, I'm impressed. I think for seat covers that are, you know, under $500, you know, $300, $400, $500, as far as seat covers go, meaning you don't have to take the seats out, you don't have to remove the factory upholstery, and re-stitch the covers back on. That's not this kit. This kit is a complete cover over. It will actually slide over and cover over your factory seats. But look how nice that looks. I mean, honestly, unless you really get close and start dissecting these seats, you're not even going to know from a distance that these are seat covers. You're going to assume that they're factory leather. And they do come in different colors. There's softer leather. There are different leather options you could choose from. Synthetic. You could actually get custom stitching. I've seen some people having like emblems and things like that stitched into their headrest to make it look a little bit more custom. But gotta say, I really am happy with them. I'm pretty impressed. I enjoy them. I'm going to be using them for a while, and we'll go from there. I mean, overall, it's a huge improvement over factory cloth gray seats. That looks so much more custom to me. So for me to invest $350 into synthetic leather seat covers like this that look really, really good, I'm happy with that. It does the job. I'm pretty happy with overall how everything turned out. Again, the only thing I'm gonna have to do is do a little tweaking to the center console seat top cover. Other than that, I'm happy. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button, like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. As always, I do truly appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you for subscribing to the channel. It definitely helps me out, and it definitely helps me know that you enjoy these videos so I can keep working on pushing content out there for you. So again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.